Hello. Haven't done anything in a while. Uh, yeah, we had a new map. Had to lose the latest spawn items, so haven't really been doing anything. And single player is boring most of the time. So anyway, to the point of this video, I've been obviously making this. So yeah, I have done some of the tiny things, but this is pretty much it. And I had to kind of spawn pay for stuff with economy mod plugin, whatever you want to call it, so I can yeah. Anyway, this is the color GPU, graphics processing unit. Pretty much, it's kind of basic though, but still, it's nice. Well, compared to my previous efforts at graphic processing unit things, it is based off the Andex GPU. I made a black and white one, just like his, except it was smaller. And then I made a, let me show you it. Whoops. There we go. This is the chicken farm version, I think, thought of using somebody else's design again, because that's often what I do. I could give full credit to them for letting me show them. But anyway, here's the one I was making, which is pretty much a copy of him, except that I made this part. This is the part I did not copy. And that is the part that draws lines and boxes. I'll get to that later. But here's the color one I made. And it is essentially, for the index, a 3 by, well, this one is a 3 wide and 2 high GPU all on its own, but each pixel, or how you want to view it, each one of these square things, you know what they are, they need 3, just like the movie, the color movie player needed 3 blocks for each pixel, determining its color. If there is more than one color, then whatever one's in front of it will just show. So if I had blue, then I could do green over it and red over it. But currently with my design, I cannot reset just one pixel. I technically could if I hooked up something, and if I had a button for each thing, or I just had another binary decoder or something like this. It would be possible to select each row, I guess. Now I would only be able to reset this one row, because this is the reset right here. But this is not what you came to this video for. We basically just have, see, on the original one, there is one for Y and one for X. The X just basically determines, well, they both have to be off at the same time. See, this thing is for the whole row, and as long as this is on, this is off. And these are flip-flops, memory module thingies. And then once that's off, this is still on because, well, this says it's on. And, well, when you turn one of these off, this GPU thing doesn't work very well, by the way, because I had to take it apart to look at it so I could build the one on the server. But if this turns off and this bottom thing is off, which is not, it will come over here, go into here, turn this on, which then turns this one off, and when there's no power to a redstone torch, it'll turn on. So there. Here's the believe this is X and this is Y. No, actually this is Y, this is X. Okay, these are what I was, function key things, keys. But basically, these ones don't work on this one because there was some serious timing errors that I was not going to worry about because I really wanted to make a color one instead of this massive black and white one that's boring and it's been made before. But basically, this is supposed to make sure that none of the original output, which means if I was to put like this and that, which selects, I think here, right there, it would basically, if that's on, basically means that none of this can be on unless this is on up there. And this one's broken. See, because I found out that this design right here does not work. It has to be this connected to this bottom one, and yeah, it doesn't work right now. Yeah. Also, the normal versions are much harder to build in timing because these ones you can have everything but the color inputted because the color basically acts like the X value in there because right, this one I have basically for X it chooses basically between these two mini GPUs on their own. So it'll let all of this come through. This is the color value. It'll come through here, and if it's on, it will select that. So you saw on the other one I had 4 of these that are, I think it's 4 high, yeah, and I have to have a 4 wide thing of this with the extra line drawer thing on it. And here's the line drawer thing. Basically, what it does is, oh, I forgot I was in creative mode. Basically, what it does is, whatever ones are down here are, well, on, and then I have an AND gate for the bottom. So if I want, so let's say I want all this over, which will be, I think it's the bottom one, which means that all that and over are off or on or whatever way you want to invert it. The only other way is just the opposite. However, unlike this one where it's on or off selected, when you include this one is not. So I selected there, but that is still off or on, unchanged, whatever you want to call it. And that is one problem I have been having, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Basically, all it means is when you're making squares or lines, you cannot start from the opposite side and draw the last pixel over. Like, let's say this was screen, I could, on the one I built on the server, you could not draw all the way over here, and there would be no point to if you were trying to draw a square that way. But basically all this does is when there's only one of these, because there's one of these for the X and Y, but there's no need for one for color because you're not selecting more than one color, or there'd be no reason. But what I have is that I have like this, and then I have on the other one selecting that, doing this same operation at the same time, or a different one. But really there's no reason to do 2 different ones. I haven't tried that very well yet. I don't know if it just makes some messed up lines or something, but I'll try it later. But yeah, that's here. Let's go back on the server now. So this one's much busier, and there's maybe dirt because that's probably the most affordable resource. And so here's the color value things. I just have a big row of them, and very simple. So here's the square line maker here, and The X one I actually had to scrunch up here because I built it wrong and I was not going to dig tunnels for this again because I have the redstone and you can see a kind of what is going on. There's a mine shaft down there. But yeah, this is a nice Christmas tree somebody made. Okay. So now there's reset paint color values. There's there, and then have it so Y1 is the bottom and 1 is over there. So 1 1. Actually, that's wrong. No. No, it is. 1 is right here. So 1 1 would be right here. Oh, Lord Commando is trouble. Keep forgetting what I was going to say. I should probably explain the value things here just so you can see them. So if I put 1, so this would select there, and it would select green right now because when there's nothing, when you don't change this, it's green. So right now it'd pop out this, and let's just show that. Yeah, there. So let's see what happens, what's going on over here. So when this is off, this is selecting this. So this bottom row is selected, and when I right here, when I press paint, it basically turns off the starches, which are keeping these ones on. And when they're on, there is nothing outputted because there's none of these that are looking for both on. And if you don't know about these binary decoder things, then there's plenty of tutorials out there, I'm sure. AND gates all through here. And then they go up, and it's just the same as the other one. And is this the reset? Whoops. Yeah. And then with this on, it's harder to see on the X actually. It's showing on the Y. When I turn that on, that is the one that turns. Yeah, they should all be on. I think. Yeah, should all be on. All selected. In this one, when they're all on, that means that they're all selected. So this would fill pretty much the whole, a whole row on the Y. Haven't done much experimenting with this thing yet because I just finished it. But anyway, probably going to be really boring. So apparently, from what I just tested, this does not do anything. All this does is it's supposed to turn whatever value is in here, but since if I'm doing a fill screen thing, then I could just select this right here. So, but if I, where's the one? If I select here, then that should make it apparent, yes. That selects everything after it from the right. And if I turn this off, then it would do nothing. Shouldn't do it yet. Sorry about the probably poor frame rate. And on the X, it's just that does the same thing. Whoa, freeze there. Yep, they're all on. Okay. And the other one would just be the inverted thing, like I showed you before. So let me let's try. So if I wanted to fill the screen, all I have to do is that. Man, I'm getting hungry. In game, of course. And then select the color. So this should, yeah, do all that. And I can do blue. And then red. Now, if anybody was skeptical about the screen before, this is basically how it looks.